Okay, well, I'm back with a video. It's been a minute. Honestly, I've been wanting to record. I've just been pretty much busy these past couple of weeks, really. Uh, I'm kind of glad I didn't do one every week. I've just been living, going through life as it is. But the thing that I wanted to talk about was a topic that I felt has been really resonating with me as of lately. But it is authenticity. Um, authenticity, like I said, is is something that's been resonating with me very deeply as of lately, and I guess to me, what it means is just being yourself, having the freedom to be yourself, most importantly, and another thing is that how authenticity is the number one thing felt by people. I think I've realized that very early on, after just having some time by myself, going through life by myself, figuring out who I am, going through shit in my life that traumatized me as an individual, but those are things that make me me, you know. And I think the most important thing is just learning to move past those things and learning to not relapse and learning how to cope with them in a very healthy manner. So, one of the things early on after I found a little bit of myself was, someone was describing me, one of my coworkers, she was describing me, she's like, there's really not a way to describe you. You're just you, like you're just Adrian, I guess. I was like, okay. I, I didn't know what to say to that, but I think deep down I was just like, I'm kind of happy with that because that's just me. There's nothing, personality, humor, um, like it's just all me. And I think that is something that makes me happy because there's not anyone that can replicate that or oh shit. Okay. Okay, yeah. There's a group of people that walked by, so I had to cut it. And as well, the mic was so bad, so I'm gonna restart this part of the video. But um, yes, it was just realization that there's only a unique me. There's no one else that can replicate it or try to duplicate it. I'm just a me, and that is something that I'm forever grateful about, because in life there's only gonna be one you, and there's just only one life experience that you get. So it's like, why spend the time trying to be someone else, And just be happy with who you are, whether your flaws or the things that other people might find great about you, you know. Just enjoy being yourself. That's kind of the best way to put it. And I think, like, I mean, I'll explain this, but it was just, I was in a relationship for 6 years with an individual, and I felt like I wasn't allowed to be myself, or I didn't feel comfortable being myself. While there's portions of me that were, me or whatever, it just wasn't me to the fullest extent. And that's kind of the best way to put it. And as well, just recently, is just realizing, like, yeah, man, this isn't serving me well. This isn't making me happy. This isn't making me me. And I feel like at some point I was just fake humbling. I was fake being myself. I was getting frustrated. I wasn't able to be myself. And I think, you know, soon after the relationship ended, my energy was immediately felt by everyone around me, family, friends, coworkers especially, random people that I don't know. It's just talking with random people is immediately felt, they enjoyed my energy. They all said that, I feel much more lively. My spirit is so high, like just things like those. It's just immediately it was felt. There was no restrictions, there was no nothing holding me back at that point. And that was just something that made me feel more confident in myself because I was able to just I feel like I was finally like not like chained down or I wasn't in prison, behind walls. I just felt like I wasn't able to be me. So I don't know. And it was just like I it was hard for me to leave something that I thought was special. I think that's the thing that kind of hurt most about that relationship, where it was just like I thought it was special. It was the thought where I imagined, a whole life with this person, and all that fun stuff. And damn, bro, it was just like really, really recognizing that the value that I put on that relationship was just the value that I put on it, not the actual real life, meaning that it had, the reality of the situation. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't serving me well, and it was hurting me deep down, and it was holding me back. And you know, at at some point, it just it hurt obviously, but it also made me very happy. A lot of weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I say that with a heavy heart because it's 6 years of my life right there. And it happens. Seriously, it happens, and I'm not dwelling over it because it wasn't serving me well anymore. So I knew I had to let go, and I knew there was a moment when I talked to that individual, and I realized where I was at peace before talking with them, and after. And it was just after I was not good, man. I just realized like, man, this energy is not where I want to be at anymore. This this isn't a situation that I want to run back to, or I want to be back to. Whatever it is, whatever they do for themselves, or whatever happens with me, or them. I don't I don't see myself ever going back at all, and it hurts me to say that because at first I wanted to. Well, maybe shit will work out, do all that stuff, but sometimes it just doesn't. It just doesn't, and I'm cool with that at this point, especially for my own spirit, my own mental, and the authenticity that I've been able to provide and what it's been attracting to other people. That after that was done, and me being me, it has attracted other people, other relations, other connections. I'm just like, yeah, dog. I'm cool with moving past this, and that's just the best way to put it. And after fully detaching and cutting everything off, like cutting any type of connection I have with that person, so much weight was lifted off my shoulders, man. It was incredible. Like I was able to have more space for myself, and that's just kind of, and it was just that realization was like, wow, this is the reality. Sometimes letting go of things like that I thought meant something to me, would hurt deeply, but in fact, it made me more free. It made me more independent. I was yearning for that independence, and when I finally got it, man, it was amazing. And I think going back to the topic, authenticity, is that for me, I wasn't able to be happy because I wasn't able to be myself. I wasn't able to be the genuine and kind person I could have to other people, and that energy is felt and it's appreciated by other people. You know, so it's like there, there's no point of being in a situation or in a place where you aren't valued or you aren't appreciated, where you just have to realize that you gotta just separate yourself from it, no matter what it is, no matter how it makes you feel. As long as you're good, as long as your mental space is good, then that's all that matters, you know and just that's all that matters, just literally. And coming to the realization that that just isn't my problem anymore, and that realizing that I actually have time for me and who I am, who I want to be, who I want to portray myself to other people. There's That's my problem. That's my biggest problem right now, and that should be something very important because that's the number one thing that's felt is your authenticity. And when other people feel that, they're allowed to feel authentic around you. They're allowed to feel like themselves, and it's a bunch of creative ideas, it's a bunch of genuine communication, genuine love, and at that point, that's what I'm striving for at this point. And I love talking with people. I think that's the real reason why I like my job, is because I love talking with random people and developing a random connection, whatever it is, even if it's just something small or something big. And it's just nice to know that it's felt by other people. And that has made me feel very confident and secure. So I, yeah, there's just no reason to go back to situations that don't serve you anymore. You know, you only get one life, you only get one journey. Why waste it dwelling on something that you thought meant something when it didn't? And that's just, it's just how it is, you know? Best way to put it is that, especially with everything around me, the kind of mindset that I'm having is that um, if I don't know how to progress myself around you, then I don't know what else to know from you. There's nothing I can do from you, you know? And I don't know what's controlling you. I don't know what you're going through, but if um, if I'm not able to be myself around you and there's just issues or conflicts going on, like, cool. Like, I'll just leave it at that. There's no point of being upset or doing this because reality situation is just life, you know. Sometimes you can't control everything. You can't force other people to feel some certain type of way, you know. It's just internal issues, you know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for you. And that's just kind of the mindset that I'm carrying with me, and that's kind of the mindset I want to carry with me throughout, obviously. Just showing love and showing appreciation to random people, people close to me, nurturing relationships. For me, that's what being authentic is, and I feel much more happier and fulfilled doing that than being in a place where I'm not allowed to do that, or I'm not allowed to feel that kind of appreciation. And the way to put, I'm not entirely blaming that whole situation on the other individual. It's just what the relationship fostered. That's just what the relationship kind of developed into. So, it's no one's problem, but it was just at some point it wasn't serving me. It didn't allow me to be me. So, find places where you are appreciated, find places where you're able to be yourself, and man, hold on to those things very close to your heart because they will help you push, they will help push you to be the person that you want to be, but also realizing that you gotta also feel secure in yourself and confident on who you are, that you're not searching for these things. They're just things that come across, and it's just the things that you are attracting. Like, I don't know, some sort of incense or whatever, some bullshit like that. I don't know. But, yeah, you gotta learn how to just let things go that don't serve you and appreciate life for what it is. There's so much more to life, even if you think there isn't, there always is. And that is the beauty of it. The beauty of imperfections, you know, beauty of things that don't work out, beauty of struggle, beauty of success. It's just life, Appreciate it, enjoy it. Yeah. Well, this is the second video that I recorded because, geez, I don't know, the mic was so bad, and the other one, oh my god, I hated it. I can't even hear myself. Either way, take care of yourself, guys, and just be yourself. Love being yourself. All right. All right. Bye.